So we'll see another one, which is explain the essential functions of legal process as discussed by Alan Watson. Okay, so the concept of legal process has been defined differently by different jurists. What is legal process? Different jurists are having different viewpoints regarding it. They also have differences in opinions regarding what functions legal process plays in a society. So different people have different opinions regarding it, and this question asks us about what is the viewpoint of Alan Watson. So Alan Watson is a professor of civil law at University of Edinburgh. He authored nearly 150 books and articles, many of which have been translated from English to many other languages, considering its importance or relevance in the society. So, what are functions of legal process as per Alan Watson? According to him, laws are not developed as a result of relationship between law and society. So different people give different viewpoints. Some people say that there is a very much strong relation between law and society, right? That laws have developed considering needs of the society or looking at the situation that prevails in a society. But according to him, laws are not developed because there is some sort of a relation between law and society. According to him, people who have lawmaking power may come to know about some rules that are working well in a foreign country and they borrow the same. Okay, so you might have seen, right, these all the TV shows that we have, right? Mostly like Hindi TV shows that we have. Those ideas are borrowed from some foreign shows, right? Big Boss, you take the example, some dance reality shows, Master Chef, all of it is borrowed from somewhere else, right? Have you noticed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so what happens, the people who are in that profession of uh, like directing or producing those reality shows or whatever, from where they are getting the idea? They saw that okay, something like this, a certain concept like this is working well in a foreign country, let's borrow that and just do it in India also. That similarly, according to Alan Watson, laws have also originated like that only. Okay, so there are some people who have lawmaking power, like now it's parliament. If you talk about Constitution of India, an assembly was formed, Constituent Assembly. Okay, so those people who were there in Constituent Assembly, they had lawmaking power. And actually that happened in India also, that when Constitution was drafted, right, Constitution of India is not like an original document. It is in fact called as a bag of borrowings, because so many things we have borrowed from foreign countries' constitutions, right? So from how did we borrow it? The framers of constitution who had the lawmaking power or drafting power, they studied constitutions of foreign countries and they saw what is working well in a certain foreign country. They borrowed the concept. Yes, they made little changes here and there, but they borrowed. Like that, they borrowed many concepts from many countries. And that's how sometimes law originate. So that's what is the viewpoint of Alan Watson, that people who have lawmaking power, maybe they came across some rules, some laws which are working well in a foreign country, and they simply borrowed the same to the concerned country. However, such legal process undergoes some changes. We cannot simply copy paste whatever is prevailing in a foreign country, because the society differs, the situations that prevail, that also differs, right? So we need to make little changes based on the requirement. We will make little bit changes and then apply it in the given society. Thus, legal process may act as a great source of law and act as an inspiration for foreign countries to incorporate the same provisions. So, whatever processes are applicable in a certain country, that works as a great source of law. We see it, if we feel it's relevant, we just try to borrow it with little bit modifications here and there if needed. Watson did not accept that there is a close relation between law and society. According to him, the people who have this power, they only borrowed it and they made little modifications, and that's how laws are applied in a given country. Okay, so what are functions of legal process? To resolve the dispute by doing or in order to do justice. So they try to resolve the dispute and they try to provide justice to the concerned parties. How justice is served? There may be different ways of serving justice. We have different sorts of reliefs available. We have different types of punishments that are being given, right? So when we talk about resolving dispute, there are different ways of providing justice that the court applies. So that's a function that legal process performs. To resolve the dispute by establishing facts and applying relevant rules of law. What situations prevailed in a given case, what were facts of the case, that will be seen, and then relevant rules of law will be applied. What law, what provision, what section applies, we will apply it to that given situation. To resolve the dispute in interest of immediately involved parties, we try to see who all are the parties, the plaintiff and defendant in a given case, and we try to solve the dispute in their interest. How can we do justice to those two parties? That is the main focus while deciding a case. To resolve the dispute in best economic interest of the society at large. So economic interest of the society is also taken into consideration. Sometimes if a person files a false case, like a fake case, a person files simply to waste time of court might impose a heavy fine also on the person. Okay, on the person that you have wasted time of the court, so this much fine you need to pay to compensate for it. That's nothing but considering economic interest of the society at large. To resolve the dispute in best economic, social, and political interest of ruling class. So we will also take into consideration the different organs of government, right? Different organs of the government, what rules, regulations are passed by them, what is applicable, those also will be taken into consideration. Resolve the dispute with specific object of inhabiting future unregulated conflicts. So we try to think about what problems might come in the future and for what provisions we don't have laws. Sometimes you would see while deciding a case, court will also pass some guidelines that we are giving these guidelines. These are going to be applicable and binding for all the future cases or future situations, right? Like that also legal process helps us a lot. So legal theories propounded by different philosophers help us get their perspective on what law is and how it functions. And these are the functions that legal process performs as per Ellen Watson. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Saturdays, do you have work or are you free daytime?
Saturday, so they have offices on second and fourth Saturday.
Oh, second and fourth. Okay.
No, I mean, like, I have off day.
You have off on all Saturdays.
No, no, in second and fourth.
Second and fourth off. Okay. Okay. Fine. Then we'll continue tomorrow at 6:30. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay then.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.